Welcome everyone to another episode of the Conn Smythe Chronicle. I am your host, Francis, and today I have the pleasure to have with me Carlos, the General Manager of the Atlanta Flames. Thank you very much, Carlos, for being with us today.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you working through my conflicts. Now we're here. I saw the first episode. That was great. So I'm hopefully I can follow up with even more fireworks.
All of the guys in the league know you. You've been part of this league since the start. It's been 13 years now, I think, that the league has been ongoing. Did you thought while, back then when you joined the league that it was going to be, this long and that you would still be, part of it, after almost, a decade and a half?
You- That's a great question. I mean, to be honest with you, when I first started, it was really intimidating because I took over a team, the Miami Matadors. I had to go through this little interview process with the commish, Steve-O, and then get selected and obviously and all that. But at first it was intimidating, but you know, I didn't think it's tough because you don't know. We don't fantasy leagues, you want to be able to go for 5, 10 years with the same guys, but it's tough. But we made it. We have a great brotherhood, good guys. Um, Obviously a good leader in Steve-O and
Mm-hmm.
the guys, all together. That's got us to this point, and that's made me still be a GM of the Flames all this time.
So, for those in the league who don't know, you're also part of a fantasy football league. Tell me a little bit about that league. Does it take as much time as the CSC? Is it as well organized?
I would say nothing can top this. Yes, to be honest with you.
There we go.
Yeah. No,
Kissing the commissioner's ass. I love
hey,
that.
hey, listen. Even though he's a snake, even though he's a snake, it's a well-run league, well organized. We have a whole CBA. I've never been in a league with a whole CBA. We
Mhm.
we follow Yahoo rules. We go based off that, and that's it. That's all. We don't have to go do a whole trade review where there's commissioners, and all that jazz. They go through your trade review. But yeah, no, nothing top the CSC. Nothing top the CSC.
A few weeks ago, I did a survey, and one of the questions of that survey was, who is the GM who would be the most prone to get an auto pick during the draft? And 100% of all of the GMs that actually answered that question voted for you. And funny enough, you were part of those GMs. So were you surprised to see that you were actually picked by all the other GMs?
No, obviously not, right? This draft was a disaster.
Uh-huh.
Uh, and you have to be self-aware in life, and that's the reason why I picked myself. It really doesn't help your case when the first 4 rounds were fully auto drafted. And you wake up and you're like, hey, yeah, we have a draft going on, and my first pick is Drew Doughty. That's just terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm not surprised. But it's a bummer. It really sucks because I had a lot of picks. Everyone knows that a lot of picks in the first round. I wanted to do well. I thought I did I had everything going for me, and then I clearly didn't have everything going for me, and now we're here.
As you know, John Lance did his power ranking, the first of the season 2024-2025. And John had something to say about the Flames and also about the picks that you made. So let's listen up to what John had to say about you.
Like, first of all, got off to a bad start with the auto draft. And then you kind of look at the next handful of picks, are kind of guys that it's hard to see like what the plan was really for building this
Mhm.
team.
What do you think of what John said? And are you surprised that you're ranked number 6 on his power ranking?
Yeah, I was surprised 6. I honestly thought it'd be lower than 6, given players that I drafted, right? But no, I agree with him. I could have done easily way better. When you have guys like Carlson, Connor, McAvoy available, and you pick Kreider, it definitely hurts your team, right?
Hmm.
Then in the second round, Sam Reinhart, yeah, it's an okay pick, I think, but I would have liked to have Quinn Hughes or Gensel. And then the fourth, I think that really hurt me when I traded for Ottinger. I did a swap with Bob's with the snake himself, Kamish.
Yeah. Hmm.
I got Ottinger back, so obviously you don't need another starting goalie. But then on my auto draft, drafted Saros. By the way, I did outsource them. It's the Fiverr, these Indian guys. I thought they did well. I took away. I didn't think that much of the accent, but I guess I should have thought better. So to all the GMs out there, do not outsource the Indians. They don't know anything about hockey.
Okay. When you were doing your picks yourself, what was your general strategy and what was your state of mind while you regained, control of your draft?
To be honest with you, I don't think I ever regained control. It's tough because once there's a big chunk of my team, my core is within those first 4 rounds, right? So after that, when I got a hold of myself or whatever, I got in the draft, my first pick, I come in, it was John Tavares, and that's a very tough bar to start with.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I ever regained it, or I don't think I was ever there. So the overall draft was tough. You draft Drew Doughty, out for the whole year, or more or less, and the worst part is around 14. Here I am thinking, oh, it's gonna be a sleeper pick, TJ Oshie.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, because the whole thing was I was looking throughout the whole time. I'm like, why are you guys skipping on TJ Oshie in the 14th round? I'm like, it doesn't make sense. You got Jamie Drysdale, Jeremy Lauzon, Marchment, and Hoglander, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let me pick the pick of the year in TOD, my first pick, TJ Oshie, only to find out he's not playing hockey, I don't think, for the rest of his life.
After all of that, not too bad. You're ranked number 6, and it could have been worse. So best of luck to you for the 2024-2025 season with with all of those auto picks.
Don't worry. If history repeats itself, the Flames are definitely going for it this year. So don't be surprised if you see McDavid on my team by the trade deadline. So
okay, all right. I can't wait to see how you're going to manage that. It was said by anonymous sources that your general strategy as a general manager of your team will be to tank 1 year and then the year afterwards go all in. And so what do you have to say about that? Is that actually a strategy that you go for?
Yeah, listen, I'll die on that hill where I tank 1 year and I go for it all because I just want to win that cup. I want to win it so badly that I'm willing to do whatever it takes, right? And evidence of that is the Atlanta Flames, the Atlanta rule, the trade rule, where it really stops guys from trading that many picks. I think I traded 1 year. I think it was like the first, the second, the fourth. I had no picks the next year, essentially, right? And mind you, this league does not reward tanking, right? There's no snake and all that. It's where you finish. But yeah, that's definitely my strategy. Has it worked? No. Will I make it work? Hopefully. But it's a hill I'm willing to die on. Let me put it that way. It's maybe I'll change the strategy this year. Probably not. But yeah.
I'm going to ask you questions. You're going to have a minute to answer them. You're going to have 2 choices. You don't have to explain your answers. And here we go. Who's the worst GM, Marc Bergevin or Bob Gainey?
Bergevin. Bergevin, hands down.
If you had to choose, would you go for fantasy hockey or fantasy football?
Fantasy football.
Be blind for 72 hours or speak French for a whole year?
Speak French for a whole year.
Getting kicked in the balls 10 times in a row or skipping 1 season of the CSC?
Getting kicked in the balls.
Who has the most chance to finish last in the Conn Smythe Corner this year? The Cougars or the Maroons?
Maroons.
Connor McDavid or Nathan McKinnon?
McDavid. McJesus.
John Lance's power ranking or Mike Clements' Pogs?
Fuck the Pog. It's all John Lance power ranking all the way. Fuck the Pog.
Gabriel Landeskog or Patrick Laney?
Patrick Laney.
For your keepers during off season, do you prefer keeping 1B and 2Ds or 4Ds?
Double Ds all the way, baby. 1B and double Ds.
Carlos, before we go, your next opponents are going to be the Toronto Arenas, which is kind of funny, after John's power ranking. Do you have any messages for John and the Toronto Arena fans?
Yeah, listen, don't be surprised if those guys that he mentioned, Kreider, Ovechkin, Everly, and Anders Lee, Jacob Slavin, Slavin, they're gonna push us to the finish line. Like, we're gonna start 1-0, baby. We're gonna start 1-0.
All right, Carlos. Well, thank you very much for being with us. Good luck for this season, and also good luck for your next matchup again against John Lentz in the Toronto arenas.
Hey, thanks for having me, buddy, and welcome to the league. Hopefully, you have a great first year. Can't wait to get some trade talk done with you as well, buddy. Take it easy.
Thanks a lot, and see you soon, guys, on the next podcast of the Conn Smythe Chronicles.